If you want to stay up to date with all current hip hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to become part of this community. If you've been following the channel, you know that I'm a big Tory Lanez fan. Even with all the drama and the Megan Thee Stallion situation going on, I always felt like Tory was deep down a very good person, and most of all, his music was fire. I've always been a fan of his style, his mixing of hip-hop and R&B, and just his flows that just easily breeze on the beats and the instrumentals he picks, the melodies he comes up with, the cadences he uses. I've just always been a fan of him. And now this Friday, we got a new project from him dropping. And this is something that I've talked about in the past, him dropping these so-called capsules. Now, this is not going to be an album. This is going to be a capsule. Now, this capsule this time around, he's dropped, I think, 2 so far, the VVS capsule and the Loner capsule, and this one is going to be the R&B capsule. Now, this is something he's been very excited about. He's announced this months back. He said that he wanted to do an R&B capsule, and we're finally getting it this Friday, March 5th. Now, he's been open on Twitter talking about this capsule. Just today, he composed 2 tweets. He said, "Gangsters, R&B capsule this Friday, #Playboy." Now, this name Playboy is likely going to be the name for this capsule, just like the last capsule was called Loner. So this is also confirmed by the unofficial Genius page, where this album or this project, it's not an album, it's a capsule, I know, is listed under the name Playboy. And it also says expected March 5th, and he basically also confirmed that in the latest 2 tweets. The other tweet he just put out, I feel like putting a snippet out, #R&B capsule Playboy this Friday. So, you know. That is the official side of things that Tory has announced so far, and I'm really excited for this. As I've just said, I'm a big Tory Lanez fan. I'm also a big fan of his R&B side, of his singing side. I think he has a lot of potential, a lot of talent there, and this is just going to be a further extension of that part of him. Now, on the unofficial Genius playlist, we also have a cover art. Now, I'm not 100% sure where this comes from, because I think it wasn't posted by Tory himself on social media, but it does look pretty official, so this might be it. But as I said, take this with a grain of salt. Always go check on the updates that are being made to the unofficial Genius page for this project, because, you know, as soon as we get any more info, fans will update that, and that'll be up to date. We also have somewhat of unofficial track list on here, counting 13 tracks, although one of them we already know, and that is the single he released last Friday, or I think 2 Fridays ago, on February 19th, which was Feels featuring Chris Brown. Now, I've actually reacted to this song live on my live stream, which, by the way, we stream every Sunday at 2 p.m. EST. Make sure to be there. We're listening to music. We're hanging out. It's a really cool thing. Make sure to be there. And if you've been live on there, you know that I wasn't too much of a fan of this. I think it was a pretty solid track. It wasn't bad. It wasn't underwhelming, but it was just like when I imagined what a Chris Brown and Tory Lanez song would be like before I went and listened to it, it was exactly what I had imagined. Now, you probably also have your own imagination of what it could be like, a very generic R&B song with some hip-hop elements, of course, some, you know, Chris Brown, Tory Lanez swagger. Now, that was exactly what it was. There was nothing crazy musically or lyrically or melodically about the track. It was just, you know, a basic, you know, a good song, but it's just pretty basic. It has a certain vibe. You can listen to it in certain situations. It might be for a certain time and place, but I just wasn't too big of a fan of it, but it was not a bad song. So that gave us a taste of what this capsule might be like. Now, also, one thing I have to mention real quick, shout out to Tory for getting a Chris Brown feature as an independent artist. Now, I also know that Chris Brown is, of course, not as popping anymore as he once was, maybe 10 years ago, even 5 years ago. So, you know, Chris Brown features are probably not that hard to get as they once used to be. But still, Tory is proud to be an independent artist, and he still manages to get all these high caliber artists on his stuff, which is just signs of his success and signs of the right decisions he's made in his career. So, yeah. I've actually dropped a whole video just talking about the fact that Tory Lanez is now doing these capsules instead of traditional albums or mixtapes or EPs or the other, standard forms of music releases that we're used to in the industry. And I said that I was positively surprised by that because, as I said in that video, if you haven't yet, go check it out. But basically, to sum it up real quick, I said that it's very commendable that he's trying to find different ways to release his music, because sometimes the label someone gives the music then defines the music. If he labeled this an album, it might sound different to you. If he labeled it a mixtape, it might sound different to you. If he labeled it an EP, it might sound different again to you. So capsules, I think, are a pretty good way to kind of take a couple of songs you make that aren't necessarily coherent, that don't have a concept to them, that aren't, don't have any like crazy sampling or clearance issues on them, and to just put it out like that. Now, of course, that's also easier to do for someone in Tory's position, since he is an independent artist and he can just, make some songs, throw them together, put them out as a capsule. But I think that's a good thing. I think that is also, in this day and age of streaming, that's the way to go, because Tory is someone who can come up with so many tracks so fast. He can just hop in the studio, make a song, just come up with a melody, just pick an instrumental. If you've seen the Instagram lives he does, he just picks the instrumental and, in like 5 minutes, he has a melody, he has a hook, he has a whole song. So he can just make a bunch of those songs, throw them together on a capsule, maybe fit, just look where like, oh, this song was this vibe, this song was this vibe. There's also this R&B capsule will, have some R&B vibes, of course. I keep saying R&B capsule, but it is actually going to be called Playboy. So, that's like the official name of it, but it's always been the R&B capsule to like Tory fans. So, that's that. But yeah, so this is going to have an R&B vibe. Just, a bunch of songs he's created over the past how long, half year or whatever. Now, of course, also the name Playboy, refers to like maybe like a sexy vibe or something like that, which can also, be part of that R&B vibe that he's going for. And yeah, that's the Tory I like, to be honest. I really like him in that element. And I'm really excited for this. I think Tory can really do something great with this for all the reasons I just mentioned. So yeah, I'm excited for this. Tory Lanez R&B capsule called Playboy, dropping this Friday, March 5th. If you haven't yet, go listen to Feels. And yeah, I'll keep you updated if you learn anything more about it. Let me know what you think about this. Are you excited for this? Do you think capsules are a good thing in the music industry? Do you think Tory is going the right direction with them? And yeah, just let me know if you like the track Feels with Chris Brown and what you're expecting from this. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media and blog down in the description. It really helps me out. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.